Hello, I'm so glad that you could join with me today. I'm going to pull some cards for the collective. Some of these messages will not resonate with everyone. However, all of the messages are infused with Reiki healing energy as well as healing energy from other modalities. So thank you for listening and sharing. If you're looking for more personal guidance, please feel free to reach out. We're beginning here with some pretty powerful messages, so let's get right into it. That situation is done. It's done. They said a lot. They had all kinds of things to say. They were talking about you behind your back. They had opinions. They told everybody what you were like. And you tried and tried and tried to be patient. You tried and tried to work through it. You tried to give them chance after chance after chance. And it got to a point where you started to recognize that they just didn't respect your boundaries. They didn't want you to be who you are because it makes them feel insecure. It makes them feel insignificant in your life. But those are the feelings that they themselves have because of the life that they're living. It has nothing to do with you. And even more so, they are now starting to feel and see and hear that other people don't agree with them, don't agree with the way that they talk about you, don't agree with the way that they've treated you. But you can't fix people. They have to want to be different, and they have to embark upon that healing journey on their own. They have a lot of deep work to do. And quite frankly, you have already done that work. And you have moved past that and separated yourself from it enough to where you know it's not for you anymore. So as difficult as it is, as hard as it is to look back on this situation, on these individuals, and miss them and love them and want them to be a part of your life and want them to see you thriving and cheer you on, and as much as you want to cheer them on, you've just reached that understanding that it just can't be done. Not the way things are right now. Things have to change so drastically. They have to be so different in order for you to be able to move forward. And so Spirit is giving you permission to walk away and not look back. And if they want to catch up with you, they can find you where you are now. They can meet you at the place that you are now. But this place isn't for you anymore. This situation isn't going to make you feel any better if you go try to clean the mess up again. They're just going to blame you for it. It was your fault in the first place, right? Well, look at what you made me do. Look at what you did. You did this. And if you were to go back and clean that mess up again, inevitably more will be thrown. It hurts to think that we can't give chance after chance after chance, especially when we're such forgiving people. We're such loving people. We're compassionate people because we've been through it. We've been through a lot and we got through it. So we have patience, we have understanding, we have the compassion, we're kind, we're loving. We extended the hand out and we said, "Come on, I can take you with me." They didn't reach out for it. So this is your sign that it is okay for you to break free. It is okay for you to keep walking. And if they want to rectify this situation, they're going to have to meet you where you are now. It does not make any sense for you to go back here. This is done. You're going to walk away from this, and it will hurt. You got some cuts, but you need to bandage your cuts, and you can't be going back in to clean up the mess anymore. Now, you have been working diligently. You have put a lot of effort into your goals. They don't even make sense to most people, but they made sense to you. You had a lot of cleanup to do. Things had gotten worse than people had maybe seen. It was really messy. you were keeping a lot of that undercover. You were doing a whole lot of maneuvering the cards to make it look okay, and it was not something that you could sustain. But you started at the bottom, and you recognized how much work you had to do. And so you took actual steps towards doing it. Little by little, piece by piece, you started to clean that mess up and to build brand new for yourself. And there has been so much improvement in your life already. You have consistently stayed in alignment. You have consistently pushed forward. You have consistently rode out the difficult times. You've been through there, and it's been strategic and logical. And you've worked so diligently, so consistently at this that it is all starting to make sense now. You can actually see it's possible. You can see it in front of you. But I can do this. I can make this happen. And it's real. It's real, and I did it. Spirit wants to acknowledge all of your hard work. Spirit wants to thank you for staying in alignment, for being true to yourself, even when it got difficult, for not taking the easy routes that inevitably lead to your downfall and the kind of situations you were in before. You stayed honest. You did it the right way. Spirit sees all of that, and you're in alignment with all of the beautiful blessings that are coming to you. Everything's coming to you better than you expected. Just keep going. Now, we have two amazing cards coming forward here. Our Chariot, one of my favorite cards. Because the Chariot's not just a race. The Chariot's not just, I want to win, I want a goal, I'm gonna be the champion. You will be the champion, absolutely. It's imminent. This card means success. And you're on the road to success. You're in the race. You're in the running to be first place. You're the only one in the race, but you're going to be first place. But this is a different kind of a race. You didn't just start running with no end in sight. You sat back and you thought deeply about what it is that you wanted to accomplish. And then step by step, you went through the process of preparing yourself for this. That you can't just expect to win a marathon by jumping into the marathon and all of a sudden you're running 20 miles. You can't just do that. And you knew that. So you sat back and you watched other people that inspired you and you learned from them. And then you made your own preparations. You prepared your mind and your body. You made sure that all your resources and your tools were in place. You got ready for the big day, and then you said, today's the day. Today's the day I start my race. Because of all of that work that was put in, because of all of that energy and effort that had been put forth, you guaranteed yourself success. You guaranteed a win. Oh, there's a little bit more here. You're going to have some changes and shifts coming through. I'm sensing for some of you, these are welcome changes. You are ready. You are ready to move out of that situation that you were in. You are ready to get into a new position. You are ready for a new job. You're ready for the promotion. You're ready to travel. Change is here. You spent all that time in that cocoon. It's time. It's time for you. You don't need to force it. You just keep doing what you're doing. All of the beautiful things that you deserve are unfolding like the wings of a butterfly. All of that evolution that you went through, it's all coming through for you. This will be part 2 for the reading today. If you're looking for more personal guidance, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. All of these readings are infused with Reiki healing energy and other energy healing modalities. Beautiful. More confirmation here. More confirmation here now. The focus. We're still in it. We're still in the race. We've still got to get to the finish line. But you see it now. Your eye is on the prize. You know exactly what it is that you want. You have put real intention out there. You've taken that time. Figure out what really makes you happy. You knew what you didn't want before. But it took a while to figure out, well, what do I want? Because you had to kind of unpeel all those layers. So all of that effort and energy into what I don't want kept showing you more of what you don't want. You had to stop for a second. Wait a minute here. I need to focus on what I do want. What do I want? What makes me happy? What makes me feel good? What is it that gives me joy? What is it that I've always dreamed of? And you put those intentions out there and you started living as if your life was already there. Because you knew you deserved it. You knew it was going to be yours. And so you didn't see any reason to think any more about what you didn't want. You started to put all your energy and intention to what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. All of your focus was directed on the things that worked, things solution-oriented type things. Doesn't do you any good to think about that appliance that broke down and how frustrating it is that that appliance broke down and how inconvenient it is that that appliance broke down. Instead, you put all your focus and energy into, how do I replace this? How do I solve this problem? Well, this will work for now, and then I'll try this, and then I'll try this. And all of those solutions were viewed from the universe as this energy of pushing forward, of focusing on what it is that you wanted. You've mastered this now. You're getting so good at it. So we have happiness. And this isn't the kind of happiness that's short-lived. This is the kind that you cultivated within yourself. It took a tremendous amount of time for you to figure out what it was that would make you happy, what's made your soul sing. You didn't have it for a long time, and so you didn't know the difference. And then you'd see these little glimpses and glimmers of it, and you'd wonder, why me? And after time, you started to realize that that was the mindset and energy that you kept getting more of, and it wasn't what you wanted. So instead, you started to put all your energy and focus and intention onto those little glimmers of the things that did make you happy. It makes me happy when I'm able to go and accomplish something by myself. It makes me happy when I spend time with people who see me for who I truly am and love me for that. So Spirit started to give you more and more and more of those moments and glimmers until you started to realize that it was your focus, it was your intention that brought the happiness from within you and built it up to where now no one else can take it from you. It's not dependent upon any situation or a person. You're not only happy when you have enough money in the bank, because you know that you've provided for yourself in the ways that you need to. You're not only happy when you're with certain people, because you're just happy to be alive. You're happy to be around anyone that's also joyful. It's not dependent on any one person or any people at all. You can choose to be the joyful person in a crowd of very grumpy people. And you're amazed at how just that smile and that laughter that you share can change the energy of the room. You are so powerful in your joy and in your happiness because of all that you've done to curate it and cultivate it yourself. It's not dependent upon other things. It's you. It's you who's happy. And you know what makes you happy. And you focus on what makes you happy. And you give yourself, celebrate yourself, these things that give you joy. The circle of eternal joy. It's a dance, isn't it? We find that we may stumble a little bit. We may trip. The music might even stop. But it's you who's choosing to dance. It's you who's choosing to embark upon the kind of life that you always wished for. You would see other people living that kind of life and go, well, I wish I felt that way. And you realize that it was within you all along. It was yours always. So you started to dance. You started to dance with the universe. You started to celebrate the journey. You started to welcome the glimmers of joy. And you stopped being afraid of the little shards of darkness. You started to welcome the other side of yourself, the imperfect side, the side that had so much healing and learning to do. And you took up that side of yourself and you said, let's dance with that too. Let's celebrate who we are. Let's celebrate all aspects of self, because I am so deserving of enjoying this, of continuing this momentum and this energy and sharing this. I am not stuck in any one place or time or mindset ever. It is me who is in control of this. It is me who celebrates myself. And as I celebrate this energy and as I share this energy, the music picks back up and others join in with you. And you start to feel as though you're just surrounded in this joyful, beautiful energy all the time. People think you're fake because you're so happy all the time. People think they don't really face their feelings, that toxic positivity. But you did face your feelings. You faced all of them, all of the ugliest feelings head on. And still you chose to dance. You still chose to love that person. You still chose to acknowledge that person's tears and pain and difficulty and say, but you still deserve to dance. You still deserve love. We're going to do this together. Both the positive days and the negative days are days that you can dance. They're days that you can have joy, that you can find love, that you can find beautiful things within, if you choose to. And you chose to. Spirit wants you to know that it sees this in you. And you're being rewarded with living the kind of life that you dreamed of. I'm going to pull a few more cards for the collective here just to see what other messages may lie beneath. All of the messages are infused with Reiki energy and other healing modalities, as well as life coaching advice. If these messages don't resonate with you personally, I would love to hear from you. If you're looking for personal guidance, please reach out. Ah, yes. I feel like these messages continue to pop up in the perfect timing. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, studying and higher learning. You have taken responsibility for how you feel, and that means that you want more. You've maybe done a little bit of educational research, trying to figure out what options are available to you, or perhaps you have decided to learn a new skill. Maybe you picked up a few books or an online class, done some personal research. The result of your life experiences has pushed you here to propel even further, so that perhaps in the future you'll be able to share these lessons of growth with others, so that they also can continue on this journey as you did, by witnessing others on their journey and being inspired by them. Someday they're going to be inspired by you. There's a tremendous amount of energy and potential here for expanding our understanding even further. We're taking this to the next level because we know that there's more for us to behold, and there's even more joy and wonderful connections out there for us to share. We have courage. There is some energy of trepidation in doing something new, doing something that's never been done before, doing something that perhaps you failed at before. And you know that you still want it. This is still important to you. You feel tremendously called to this. But this time you've recognized that you have to face it in order to feel empowered, in order to feel like you are truly living up to all that you're capable of. You know that you need to step into that, embracing that, taking that to the next level so that you can really truly experience that next level, that next elevation of self. See what else is out here for you in the world. There's a harshness out there. There's an energy of people being at their limits. They have sometimes extended themselves beyond what they're capable of doing. And they lash out. They get frustrated. They are short-tempered. They say mean things. They don't offer a hand of help to people who need it. The energy's hitting you differently. It's making you understand that there is a great deal of difference that you make just by being kind, that you make a difference in this world just by offering care and compassion to strangers, by being patient, by being loving, by recognizing when people need space. Because sometimes we just need space to process our emotions. And it can feel so hostile when somebody won't allow you that space. But you recognize that. You've experienced that. And so when you see these situations unfold in front of you, you have decided that you're going to be the person that you needed in that situation. You've decided that the best thing for you to do is to take on the role of the healer, even if you don't feel like you would necessarily call yourself that. Rather than allowing yourself to be frustrated and angry, you have decided that the world has enough of that. That instead you're going to be kind and patient. You're going to offer a smile and a kind word and say hello to a stranger. You're going to wish somebody well. Maybe even it might mean that you don't speak on things that others have lots to say about, just so that there's a safe space for those who want to collect their thoughts and feelings without being in the limelight, without needing to be heard. So you've decided to embark upon this phase in your life with a much softer touch. You're embracing this aspect of self. This person doesn't want anger and violence in their lives. This person that you've become wants to celebrate beauty and joy, wants to celebrate successes of others, wants to just to spend their energy making the world a better place. And as well-intentioned as people are when they forcefully deliver their messages, there are so many who just simply have so much of that in their lives, they can't take more. And so instead, you've decided to deliver your messages and to be a different side of things. You've decided to be the peaceful side of things. You've decided to allow people their space, celebrate their healing, hold their hands when they need a hand to hold. You've decided to give them a hug, to share a kind word. You've decided to embrace this side of self, reject every other way that things have been done in this very vicious, cruel, and fast-paced world. It takes a tremendous amount of bravery to stand up to something that doesn't care and be the voice of caring. To to speak up and say, I don't celebrate violence. I don't think it's right. Even when the violence was well intentioned, it's wrong. I don't want to be that. I don't want to continue that. I think there's enough of that in the world. This world is so desperately in need of kindness and compassion and love. And there are so many of us that would do so well to be brave and go on pushing forward on our healing journeys and extending hands to those who need it. There's so much aggression and anger, negative energy, and so much talk about what people don't want, and so little talk about what we do. You've decided to take your place among those who are refusing to let go of their compassionate self. Thank you for that. Thank you for being you. Thank you for choosing to be kind and loving and gentle. Thank you for joining with me today, and thank you for sharing my message.